Ladies and gentlemen, we are 14 days away from the end of Season 2. And generally around this time, I like to make a video going over everything that we know is going to be coming to the game via leaks to Modern Warfare 3, to Warzone, via Season 3. Now, the weird thing about Season 3 is, yeah, Call of Duty is a live service game at this point, and it comes out with season after season after season, and each time there are new things. But really, when each Call of Duty game comes out, Season 3 is kind of the last dedicated season. And what I mean by that is once we get into Season 4, generally that's when the reveal for the next Call of Duty game happens. Season 5 is when the beta and other information's coming out for that game. And then Season 6 is just the launch of the next game. So all in all, Season 3 is kind of like the last dedicated big push for Modern Warfare 3. And today we're going to be diving into what those leaks are and what we know about Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone moving forward. And there's some things we can expect in here. There's some leaks that you probably haven't heard about. There's also some really strange things going on with Season 3. And you'll see what I mean as we go through this, because generally we have bigger leaks than these. So what we have to do is take the ones that we have and kind of extrapolate what's going on there, because all the big leaks that happened at the launch of the game kind of have already happened. The Walking Dead event, the Dune event, the Warhammer, everything like that. But we do have information and some big things that we do know are coming. So that is what this video is going to be about. So starting out, we're going to start with the operators that have been leaked in the game. So first off, we have Cheech and Chong, Devin Booker, and Snoop Dogg are coming back once again. It seems like every single year we get a new Snoop Dogg skin, and guess what? You got to pay for it again. Now, with these all coming out around the same time and when Season 3 is actually happening, I am very strongly guessing that we are going to be getting some sort of 420 event. So that'll, of course, be happening in April, and we'll revolve around Cheech and Chong and Snoop Dogg, of course, and probably have some sort of blunt force bundles that come out around that time, and who knows what type of game modes will go alongside those as well. That is the one thing we do not have any leaks on: game modes and maps for multiplayer. There's some leaks about some returning from Modern Warfare 2, but really nothing new as of yet, and we should probably start to see those game modes and maps coming in the next week or so. Probably next week would be about that time. Now, we also have two other code names for operators, including Lambda and Kappa. Now, these don't give us anything, but I wanted to do a little mental experiment to kind of look at the characters that we have in game and who we could potentially see return moving forward. And the biggest two that I came up with based off of the campaign for Modern Warfare 3 are Yuri, because he was of course introduced within the campaign, meeting up with Kate Laswell. And then the other guy that we saw often during that time through the campaign would be Nikolai. And we've seen him come back before in Modern Warfare 2019 and so forth. And I could definitely see both of those characters being something that returns, just a matter of when. Then we move into our weapons. So the first one that we have is the compound bow, the MP9 machine pistol, and then the two interesting ones, the BAL 27 and the Moors, both of which were actually from Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which was one of Sledgehammer's previous games. So to see these return would be interesting. Now, what is more interesting about these is these two weapons actually leaked before the game even came out. And it was leaked immediately that these were going to be coming with Season 3. And this kind of gave the idea to people that each and every season was going to be modeled after a different Call of Duty game. So for example, Season 3 would be modeled after Advanced Warfare. But as we've seen from the previous two seasons, that wasn't really the case whatsoever. We just kind of got more Modern Warfare 3 content, new maps, so on and so forth. But what we do know is these two are in the files, and from the very beginning, the launch of the game, these were said to be coming out with Season 3. So pretty reliably, we can kind of guess that they're going to be coming out within 14 days or at least shortly thereafter. The other thing that we get with every single season and every weekly update is a new aftermarket part, and assumably more of these will be coming with Season 3, but based off of the leaks, it is said that some of these are actually going to be coming out for Modern Warfare 2 weapons. The first of which that got leaked was for the M4 from Modern Warfare 2, which kind of makes sense. We've kind of filled up a lot of the Modern Warfare 3 weapons, so to see the other weapons that have carried over get some love with aftermarket parts would make a lot of sense. Now, we do have a couple of pieces of gear that have been found within the game files, the first of which is the ninja gloves, the pistol vest, and the dauntless boots. Now, first of all, the ninja gloves, I have no idea what those would do aside from something to do with ninja diffuses, but I have no idea. Pistol vest makes it sound like you can kind of use more weapons. So maybe 3 weapons instead of 2, or an additional pistol or something along those lines. And dauntless boots, we've seen something like this before where you can't be slowed down by things like flashbangs and things along those lines, which would make a lot of sense for what the name of it is. Now, moving into zombies, it is said, and what is found in the game files is that there is going to be a total of 6 acts coming before the end of the game, which means there's 2 more acts that have yet to be released. And based off of the information and what has been data mined from these acts, they seem very, very similar to what we have seen with Act 4, where you will be going into an ether rift. When you go in there, you're going to have to get these various items that are going to activate another type of portal. You are going to go in, fight a boss, complete objectives. The kind of exact same thing that we've seen from the previous seasons, just brought forth into further acts. Further warlords are brought in. So more of what we have already seen, but 6 total acts, which kind of tells us with each individual season that's going to come out over the next little while, there pretty much has to be another act added with each and every one of them, because at least we have to get Act 5 and Act 6, and we potentially only have 3 seasons left. Potentially on that 6th one, depending on when that release date for the actual next Call of Duty game, Call of Duty Gulf War, actually happens. So we're going to be getting more content with that coming very, very soon. And then we move into Warzone. And essentially, based off of what we are seeing, there are 2 big things that are going to be added when it comes to Warzone. The first is Rebirth Island. This is one that has been teased for literally months since the very launch of the game. They said that Fortune's Keep and Rebirth Island were going to be returning at some point this year. Now, if I was guessing, I don't think Rebirth Island is going to come out at the beginning of Season 3, but potentially Season 3 Reloaded, or maybe all the way into Season 4. But what I will say is that there has been some files, images found within Warzone currently that do show off the new Rebirth Island. It is different. It looks different. You can see new areas on the map. You can see a different color scheme, a different look than we have previously seen on Rebirth Island. So it shows that that is already in the game. It's just a matter of when that is actually going to be coming out. I'm guessing that they're going to give it a solid amount of breathing room for Fortune's Keep and what we've already seen. And the other thing that we know is coming to the game, which is Urzikstan ranked, or Battle Royale ranked, not Resurgence ranked like we've already seen. So this is going to work almost identically to Resurgence ranked and what we saw last year with Warzone ranked, but this one is not going to be Resurgence. It's going to be regular Battle Royale, and of course with the SR system that we have already seen, which is of course going to have some change ups because you don't get as many kills within normal Battle Royale as you do within Resurgence. So of course the SR is going to have to be adjusted for that. But as far as what we are seeing in regards to Battle Royale, those are kind of like the 2 big things. Now, of course, we do have Warzone Mobile coming out this week as well, which honestly, I'm very curious to hear if you guys have any interest in that whatsoever. Maybe if you do, I can cover it a little bit on the channel, but if not, I would completely understand that as well. It's very different than what we are seeing with Warzone and Modern Warfare 3, so I'm very curious to hear what you guys have to say about that. But as far as leaks go, that is really all we have, which is actually rather small compared to what we have with most seasons. There's no maps, there's no modes, there's no real events aside from what we extrapolated with the 420 thing that we talked about before. So yeah, like I said, let me know what you're thinking of Season 3 down in the comments, and as we get more information over the next 2 weeks, I will keep you guys updated, give you the roadmaps, all of that kind of jazz. So make sure you're subscribed, have notifications on, and as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace.